I feel I'm about 90% in control of what's going on there. On the road, you're about 50% because you're really constantly dealing with all the unexpected hazards. So a good rider is a good risk manager, whether you're riding or racing.
Thank you indeed, Carol. Back over to the boys for the start. Carol, stay with us, though.
All right, away we go. Avalon Biddle on pole position. Not a good start for Rogan Chandler. Not a good result for good start for Aston Hughes as they head down into 1, though. So Avalon's going to lead them as they head through 1 and into 2. In fact, she's got a little bit of an advantage as they head down that long straight. Toby Summers looks like he's moved up into 2nd place. No, in fact, he's 3rd. So Rogan Chandler's recovered after having 2 bites at it on the start line as they head down into the Foster's turn. But it will be the MTF Finances Kawasaki Spectrum Motorcycles pilot of Avalon Biddle. She's 2nd in the points going into this one. Toby Summers 22 points ahead after his win yesterday. Avalon unfortunately jumped the start yesterday and was assessed a time penalty and ended up finishing in 2nd place. But what a race we will see here, I am sure, in the 600s. A good start too from Aston Hughes on the Triumph. We'll keep an eye on him as they work their way around through Swampy's curves and heading towards the double B here at Hampton Downs. 2nd race for the 600s. Once again, this one 8 laps. A sprint before the marathon that is the TT later on this afternoon.
Yeah, brilliant start from Avalon Biddledon, but already the Carl Cox Motorsport, Mad Love Media, Kawasaki of Toby Summers up the inside into the Porsche dipper and just takes the defensive line, but Avalon's coming right around the outside and definitely made it back into the lead. So Toby Summers got into the lead but then lost it on the exit of the nice Porsche sweeper. So into turn 10 it is Avalon Biddle that leads.
Toby looking to go up the outside as they round the sweeper too. I talked to him this morning, he said he missed a couple of gears. That's what brought Avalon back into the race yesterday. And boy, was she back in the race. It was incredible. Have a look as they come up over the top. Will it be the yellow Kawasaki? It is Avalon Biddle, the First Lady of New Zealand motorcycling. No disrespect, Carol. Toby Summers through in 2nd place. Then we went back to Rogan Chandler. Dale Finch, great performance for Dale, through in the top 5 at the moment as they rocket down the big straight here at Hampton Downs into turn number 2.
Yeah, Toby up the inside into turn 2, so it could be a lead change here. Toby Summers gone in a bit deep and Avalon's up the inside, but no, Toby Summers going to get it done into turn 2. So Toby Summers, our new race leader, the number 22 machine, the Carl Cox Motorsport ZX600, he will lead out of Kev's Carousel and into Swampy's curve. So
that's starting to extend that lead too by the look of it, Brad. So maybe Avalon was holding him up in the early starting, who knows, but he went right round the outside through turn 2 to take the front running. So great stuff for Toby Summers, the Carl Cox Motorsport, Mad Love Media, Kawasaki in the front now. Avalon Biddle through in 2nd. Just having a look around the track with our cameras, everybody up and circulating on 2 wheels, which is fantastic to see.
No, he's there. He's in there. He's not getting registered by our timing. So the number 11.
Okay, so Seth Devereaux's maybe not a starter.
No, he's in there. He's in there behind Dale Finch at the moment. So that's 5th place at the moment. So maybe a timing issue. He's not on our screen there. So he's definitely in the race. And Nathaniel Dipro's got a good start as well. That's Nathaniel there, just getting overtaken. So he's running in about 4th or 5th place as well. So a good start from Nathaniel Dipro's as well.
So maybe a transponder issue for Invercargill's Seth Devereaux on the 11. 3rd in points coming into this one as the leaders head up the hill once again. And it is Toby Summers in the front, and he's just extended that lead. The gap now out to 0.8 of a second between himself. In fact, that's not the right gap. We'll just wait for the timing to refresh. It'll be less than that, I think, between Avalon. It is 0.7 of a second between Toby and Avalon. Chandler through in 3rd, then Nathaniel Diprose. Seth, as we said, is in there. Dale Finch. Tarbin Walker, a graduate from the Jigsaw Cup. He's doing a pretty good job in the early going of this one. In 6th place, David Hall from Te Awamutu. Look for him. He just never knows when he's beaten. He's one of my outside picks for the TT later on this afternoon, is Dave Hall, because he just keeps on coming. He's like the little engine that could.
Yeah, nice story, Phil, about you showing your age a little bit.
Yeah, a little.
Back with Carol here at the moment. The strategy out there from Avalon, keen to watch what she's doing. How do you think she's feeling right now, Carol?
She's under a bit of pressure. She's really going to be looking to capitalise on any mistakes at all that Toby might be making out there. That's really what she's going to be looking for.
Great to see Carol Pavich with us, our original champion. Quickly back with Carol. 2 strokes, of course, that you did it on in those days, these modern bikes. What do you think of these modern machines?
Oh, look, I was talking to Mike Perry and loving his his beautiful TZ there. You just can't beat a good two-stroke. You just absolutely, they still take my heart, those bikes. They're fantastic.
There you go. You heard it first here from Carol Pavich. Back to the boys.
So Toby Summers heading down the short chute into the Dale ITM Pirelli sweeper at the bottom end of the circuit, and then he'll bank it round that 180-degree turn and head up the hill. Avalon Biddle through in second place.
That's the update for Rogan Chandler there in third, but Seth Devereaux clawing him in. So, that battle for third there, well and truly alive. There's Nathaniel Diprose in sixth place and Dale Finch in seventh. So, all to play for here as we have a look. Toby Summers already out above a second. So, 1.3 already. So, Toby Summers, the man on a mission at the moment, a 1:37.5, his last lap round, the fastest lap of the race. Toby Summers
is 30.6 degrees, 1:37.5. The track record yesterday was 1:37.2. That was broken. So they're just a hair off the pace from yesterday. But I suppose you control the pace if you're at the front of the race, and that's where Toby Summers is for the moment. He's the points leader in this series as well. He's riding bike number 22. He's 22 points ahead of Avalon Biddle at round 3 of 5 of the New Zealand Superbike Road Racing Championship. But there's still plenty of laps to go in this. 5 laps to go when they crossed the stripe last time. 1.39 seconds the gap between the two Kawasaki's at the front of this field.
Yeah, brilliant stuff. Rogan Chandler had that crash yesterday, but he's got his head down now and doing a good job in third place. And then Seth Devereaux there in fourth. He also had a spill yesterday, so these two boys, a lot of catching up to do, and definitely not letting the front two get away, as we saw yesterday with the two Kawasaki's really take off into the sunset. So look for these boys in third and fourth, Rogan and Seth, to keep in touch with these leading pack and make this an awesome 8-lap race with 5 to go.
Yeah, well, in fact, this as we say that, looks like Seth might have made a bit of a mistake going through the dipper, and he's just lost a little bit of an advantage to Rogan. And the gap's probably around about the same with Avalon and Toby as they head up the hill once again. Be half distance this time round. And you'll hear them before you see them, the shriek of these 600 machines. There is Toby Summers, stands up as he heads to the brakes and heads down into turn 1. Avalon Biddle through in second, then it's Rogan Chandler. Then we go back to Seth Devereaux. So for a while there we thought Seth might have come down, but he had a problem with his transponder, we think. So he's through in fourth, then Nathaniel Diprose from Auckland, then Dale Finch, and then Tarpin Walker, David Hall, Ashton Hughes. Got a great start, but then just has plummeted a little bit through the field in these last couple of laps. So maybe an issue for the man originally from the deep south, now living up in Fielding in the North Island. Covered himself in glory in the Suzuki Series and trying to do the same here at Hampton Downs.
Yeah, so just having a look at Nathaniel Diprose. He's definitely closing in on Seth Devereaux, so a man to watch out there, Nathaniel Diprose. Good to see Nathaniel back at the racetrack. We said it yesterday, had a bit of an injury at Manfield, the Suzuki Series, and great to see him back in this little top group of Supersport 600 racing.
Well, here we are now with Carol Pavich to join us as our guest up in the box at the moment, looking out for all eyes on Avalon Biddle. Talked to Carol this morning. She said, Neil, if you don't mind, I'll come up. And I said, love to hear from you, Carol. We'll talk about Pro Rider, her great business, 10 years, the anniversary of teaching people how to be safe on a motorcycle. But more importantly, she wanted to be here for this race because it's Avalon Biddle, and you've been one of her greatest fans to follow, and you watch all this racing unfold. Are you on the bike with her, Carol? You feel like you are.
Oh, absolutely. There's no question about it. It's all about strategy, and you're really 100% on the job of being the best you can here. And I can see that the gap's staying about the same between Toby and Avalon, so she's also got to protect her position from Rogan and Seth coming up behind her as well. So, you know, she's a bit of pressure there in front and behind her, but she's doing a fantastic job. She just settled down there, and she will be looking to capitalise on anything that can happen with Toby there.
3 laps to go in this one, the 600s, and I can tell you the battle is at the moment in the battle with Seth Devereaux and also Nathaniel Diprose down to 0.2 of a second. Coming up, the Legion's on track here at the Motorfest. We'll get back into the racing for the moment, though. That gap, 2.336 seconds. So Toby Summers extending away here in race 2 of 3 for the weekend for the 600s and the 600 Super Stocks as well.
Having a look look through the double B at the moment. Toby Summers in charge of this one. That's a decent enough gap. Back to Avalon Biddle on the MTF Finance Kawasaki 600. That's in second place. Then we go Rogan Chandler doing a great job. Good third place running there from Rogan at the moment. Then we go back to the Triumph. That's Seth Devereaux. And then that awesome ride from Nathaniel Diprose in fifth place at the moment. So that top five, a very good performance at the moment, but you can't take much away from the man out in front, the Carl Cox Motorsport Mad Love Media man. For Summers Plumbing, it is Toby Summers. Lead them out of the dipper, and he'll have 2 laps to go when they cross the line.
And once again, I'm just looking at this battle. They're going through the dipper as well, and Dipro's getting a little bit closer to Devereaux. Once again, that's the battle for 4th and 5th. There's a great scrap going on behind them for the Miners. But for the gap this time round as they head to the top of the hill once again. Toby Summers, ridden all sorts of different bikes. Started off in motocross in New Zealand, raced motocross and road racing in the UK. There he is across the line now. Then went to Supermoto, raced superbikes for a little while on a Kawasaki, and now back on the Kawasaki 600 for Carl Cox Motorsport and Mad Love Media. Kirsten doing an amazing job. His wife with just fantastic photography at all of the NZSBK rounds and all of the road racing that Toby goes to. Kirsten will be there working the shutter.
Yeah, absolutely, just truly world-class stuff. Mad Love Media, they do Mad Love weddings as well, so have a look at that. Mad Love Media, one of our principal media partners at NZSBK for 2019, so great to have them on board as we see Toby getting it done through Swampy's Curve and leading them through there. Avalon Biddle still in a comfy second place, but it's a good ride. Rogan Chandler in third, and this battle for 4th and 5th, the one we're looking at, Seth Devereaux and Nathaniel Diprose in there as well. Another good ride there from David Hall. He's moving through the pack and up there with Ashton Hughes in front of him. So yeah, some great riding all over the 600 Super Sport race at the moment.
Here we are with Carol Pavich again, and Carol, it's not as if all those supporting Avalon, it's not as if we've got anything bad to say about Toby or any other competitors. Isn't the 600 class like a big family as well? The camaraderie, the sportsmanship is just fantastic.
Oh, it is, and you know, it's not just in that class, Neil, it's in all the classes. And I think, you know, we were at the Legends dinner last night, and it was fantastic because everybody's there. The camaraderie is fantastic, and all through motorcycle racing in New Zealand, that has underpinned the whole sport, and it's brilliant to see.
I think the favourite story, and Brad's just etched on it a little bit, it is probably of all of the photos that Kirsten takes is of Avalon. She just loves Avalon and respects her to bits, and yet here is her husband beating her on a racetrack, and I'm sure Avalon wants her way. She wants Kirsten's husband, Toby, out of the way.
Yeah, exactly, and it's probably good that Jake's not in your class as well, so with Avalon, so, you know, it's all good.
Great to see you right back. The guys doing a great job here. We're with Carol Pavich.
White flag out, 1 lap to go, and just interesting to note there, Rogan Chandler 1:38.5, Avalon Biddle a 1:39.04. So the gap is closing, but I think he's going to run out of real estate. He's only got 1 lap to do it here at Hampton Downs, and that is the battle for 2nd and 3rd. Toby, if he can stay on 2 wheels and avoid mechanical mishaps, has got this one in the bag, I think, Brad.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely his race to lose as we look at the battle for 4th, and at the moment it is Seth Devereaux just side by side with Nathaniel Diprose. They headed to turn 2. Seth cut the line off and got it done, but yeah, definitely all on there, that battle for 4th. But Toby Summers, he looks like he's bolted, and it's definitely his one at the moment.
So the closing stages of this one, Toby Summers looking to extend that 22-point lead he's got in the point situation for the New Zealand Superbike Road Racing Championships. Toby on 100, Avalon on 78, they're 1st and 2nd on the racetrack as they race now to the checkered flag. Look at Diprose, he's all over the back of Rogan Chandler as they work their way up into the dipper. That could be a change of position here. We'll see what happens as they head down. Sorry, Seth Devereaux, it is that Diprose is all over. That's the battle for 4th and 5th. Rogan Chandler pretty safe, but closing down Avalon Biddle, but no one's going to catch the flying Toby Summers because he is the man here. The finger up, number 1, Toby Summers from Auckland gets the win on the Carl Cox Motorsport Kawasaki. Avalon Biddle through in 2nd place, Rogan Chandler through in 3rd, and Diprose pips Seth Devereaux on the line. He picks the pocket of Seth Devereaux, so you never give up, folks. That's the motto there, just keep on keeping on, and that's what Nathaniel Diprose did. He's come back from pretty severe injuries, and he'll be happy with that. Gets himself up in the points here at Hampton Downs. The Motorfest coming up. Legends will be on the track very shortly. Your chance to have a look at some of these amazing machines and the amazing riders that are riding them.
Head back with Carol for a final wrap of that race, and first of all, Carol, not quite the sort of super exciting finish that we were looking for. She was back a fraction action, but and not quite the placing that we're all looking for, that number one, but take a bow for Toby. He took it, but we're still talking about her being in top company. Here we've got over 20 riders in our field. In fact, 25, and she's number 2. It's just sensational.
It is. There's so much credit to Avalon. She's only a little thing as well. If you know, she's not very big, and man, she packs a punch out there on the track. She is absolutely fantastic. You just got to take your hat off to her and all the other great riders there. But, you know, she's battled a lot, and it's just not easy sometimes being, you know, the odd one out there in terms of gender. You always feel that you're a little bit different, but we just want the same result, to just go out there and do a fantastic job and have fun.
Right, the last one for me is the toughest one for you all. Of all your great racing, of everything you've done in motorcycling, on the track, off the track, what's your highlight? What's there something in this book? I like to hear the whispers of a book. That'd be lovely. I'll be there for the launch. I'll give you a hand. Hey, is there something that just stands out for Carol Pavich? What's it been like, this involvement of a woman in motorcycle? Of course, because it seems just so different to the male muncho that we talk about. But it's just a highlight of our sport for my money, because we can show to the rest of the country in the world that women are leaders here in our sport. So great to see. But that magic moment for you, I've talked a little bit because I know it's given you that brain a little time to think of something. You got one?
Yeah, hard to stop you talking sometimes, Neil, but we loved hearing from you. Okay, well, in terms of the book, I'm still writing the pages, so to speak, of life, but I did actually talk to Paul Owen yesterday about whether he could edit a book for me, and Paul and I go way, way back. My highlight, look, absolutely, there's no question that the championship win at Ruapuna, with, you know, just finishing that was definitely the highlight of my racing career. My mum was there, everybody was there. It was the 15th race of 5 rounds, and, you know, we went to the wire on that last round. But the week before, of course, had been the big crash at Timaru, and then I went out and broke the lap record, and so things turned around. But that championship win was the culmination of, you know, a really strong desire to do well. So that was definitely a biggie up there. And I will say that I've loved racing at Phillip Island. I've raced there on the modern bikes and the post classics, and I've had a lot of podiums there. There is something really special about taking the checkered flag at Phillip Island. It is a magic track. I love it.
Awesome to have you with us, Carol. Thank you. All the best. If anybody wants to talk to Carol, find out about it, Pro Rider, you're right here on site today.
Absolutely. Come and have a chat to us, guys, and we'd love to talk to you, and enjoy your day here. And thanks, Neil. It's really good to talk to you again.
Lovely. Carol Pavich, what a highlight of the day. We'll be down trackside and talk to Toby next.
Thanks very much, Neil. Thanks very much, Carol. Great to see you again. Looking in rude health and doing a fantastic job for road safety with motorcycles. And we had the misfortune to hear on the news last night another motorcyclist sadly killed yesterday in the South Waikato. One is too many. Let's get on to some good things, though. Have a look at the crowd down here, looking at the Legends machines down here in front of our broadcast position. Remember, you can do the same. You can go down and have a look at these bikes. I can tell you that Stephen Briggs will be riding Cros's TT Suzuki in this one. Stephen Briggs, of course, one of the development riders and one of the riders of the Britain motorcycle, designed and built by John Britton and his team in Christchurch. So Briggsy, ex-junior motocrosser, ex-speedway racer, ex-super motard exponent, will be out in this Legends race. Neil will be down with the podium very shortly. You'll see Stavros out here, you'll see Cros out here, you'll see Simon Crafer. You'll see them all out on the track very, very shortly here at Hampton Downs. This is what the Mike Pero Motorfest is all about. It's about celebrating the sport that we love so much, and that sport is motorcycling. And look at the crowds down here watching them fire up these amazing Grand Prix and superbike machines. Aaron Slight just moving away there on the V-twin Honda. I was talking to Aaron yesterday, and he was sitting on the Foggy Patronus, and I said to him, do you want to sabotage it? Because, of course, Aaron having a huge battle in his Superbike World Championship career with Carl Fogarty, and Carl Fogarty getting the better of him. Simon Crafer moving out on the YZM 500, one of only 6 in the country, should I say in the world. It's sort of a regular in New Zealand now, normally at the hands of Kevin McGee from Australia. But Simon Crafer riding that bike today. We've got Gary Goodfellow down there. I mentioned Stephen Briggs, of course. Mike Pero will be out there on his little TZ250 Yamaha. some just amazing machines. Andrew Stroud going out too by the look of it in this one, so he's having a break from the shiny side up talks. I think Neil's ready down with the podium, so we'll get this podium underway, and then it'll be your chance to see the legends out on track.
And thanks, just a quick one with everybody, because you're going to love the legends here today. Back with Toby Summers. Well done, Summers Plumbers on a high. Mum here today, family, beautiful girls as well. Got to be a special day, Toby. Wow, 2 wins so far. How cool's that?
Yeah, it's, that was a real funny race. I got the lead and I was pushing and pushing, and then started to slow down and started going faster. So it's real difficult for me to engage the brain to try less to go faster. I like to attack, and sometimes that's not the right way, but starting to get some, I surprised myself with some of the lap times. I don't know what it was on the transponder, but I was quite surprised at the times I was seeing on my lap board. But no, I was well happy with that. And just a big thanks. My mum's come out from England, so usually when she comes, she actually never watches any laps. So yeah, she's hiding. Kirsten just told me she's not even watching. And I'd like to say a special thanks to Nick Bishop's mum. Unfortunately passed away yesterday. Her name's Raywin, so I just wanted to dedicate that race to her.
Lovely words, Toby. Thank you very much. Toby, tell us about racing. You were a 600 rider, had a go at Supers, but you've come back to 600s. Is this your comfort zone? Is this where you think you can achieve your best?
At the moment, last season was on a 600 and didn't really get many results. We've played a few things with the bike, and everything's working good, as it showed just now. But it's just 2 races. We still got lots more. Anything can happen. I can crash, burn, anything can happen. So I just want to say a massive thanks. Carl Cox Motorsport, they're putting me up here. Darren from Super Finishing, he helps me out. R&R Power Sports, Pirelli tyres, Beta Tools, they come down yesterday. They gave me some more free tools. If you want good quality tools, go to them. Just a big thanks to everyone. And after stuff that's happened, you appreciate the family that you're here with at the track. It's a tight-knit community, and yeah.
What a sport, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear it, Toby Summers. Yeah. Listen to those words. Man, he could be a media star tomorrow. Well done. Okay, the most important one of the day, folks. Come from wherever you are, whether you're out the back, out the side, right around this great facility. What a crowd here today. Good afternoon and, good morning still. Just a few minutes to go and welcome. Come on out. Legends coming up next. Bring it on.